Good Fight lesson number 7. I'm Lord Falk, and I'm here with Sensei Pastor Michael Coteau. And today we're going to be moving forward on a lot of fundamental materials that we've been covering. In our lesson number 6, we started to look at the lead hook. So we added it behind the cross and the hook. We started to incorporate more of our sensitivity development. We then started incorporating some of the light kick as well. So we're going to be building up a little bit on what we did in our previous lesson. So if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go back and do it. If you're brand new to the series, you're going to want to start back at lesson number 1, especially if you're a newcomer and you're first new to the art. If you haven't warmed up, I highly suggest you go and you take one of our warm-up videos before you jump right into this one. Okay, let's get going with drill number 1. Our first drill that we're going to look at is going to be coming back to a sensitivity perception. So it's going to be a merged drill. Okay, both people are going to be partaking. Hands to hands like this. My elbows are close to my body. I'm going to center myself, taking my attention away from my opponent for a second. I'm going to close my eyes. He's going to be the transmitter and the emitter. He moves around. As he moves around, I just stay attached. Keep going, keep going, keep going. My goal is to maintain the distance that I've established at first throughout the entire drill. So let's do that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next. We're going to be firing the rear cross, the lead hook, and then the rear cross. Last week, or in our last lesson, we made it look like this. So we shoot the cross, we shoot the hook, we shoot the cross. We do everything from a static position. Now the only difference now is going to be that partner move, okay? And at any point in time as he's moving, go ahead. I want to maintain that distance. Keep moving, keep moving. He's going to flash his jab at some point. He's going to shoot his jab. When he shoots his jab, I parry, okay? So the drill will look like this. Measure your distance once, stay elbow to elbow, okay? If he flashes his hand, that means cross, hook, cross. If we move, at any point in time, you can shoot his jab. So I gotta be ready to parry, okay? That's the essence of the drill. Let's do that. You need to turn the hip out. You need to drive, hook, the leg kick, okay? Cross, hook, leg kick, hook, okay? Cross, hook, leg kick. You're gonna do it on pads. If you don't have pads at home, this is how you do it, okay? Partner's gonna hold the cross and the hook. You're gonna go 1, you're gonna go 2. You're just gonna touch. Nice and gentle, okay? No power. Like this. Cross, hook. Those can be quick. You can go like this if you need. Hook, hook. From here. That leg kick's all about control. One more time on the demonstration. Okay, so we're going cross, knee hook, and kick. If you do have pads, and your partner does not have arms available to him, okay? You're gonna do cross, hook, looking at his jaw. So cracking the jaw, cracking the jaw, and here I'm targeting the leg. So I step out, hold that shot. 1, 2, and we fire in that leg kick. Okay, it's gonna be a 3-minute round. This one's gonna be merged, meaning both people are going. So halfway through the round, you're gonna switch, and the other partner's gonna go. All right, so we're gonna move on. That was just some of the light kicks, putting it in combination. Now we're gonna put it where we're defending something. So first you stand in front of me, you fire the jab. I'm gonna parry, boom. I'm gonna touch with the light kick, okay? Ideally, when the parry comes in, boom, it's nearly happening at the same time when the timing's good. Now we're gonna shoot, you're not wearing shin pads, you gotta go light. If you got shin pads, you put something on it behind, just start building up the durability of your legs. So, one more time, okay? He fires, up, boom, okay? Again, boom, again, boom. Okay, I'm gonna do 5, then my partner's gonna fire off 5. Submerge drill, both people are doing it. 5 and 5 is the protocol. Let's do it. look at an evasion as defense at this point. What's going to happen is the partner, he's going to jab, step into his jab with a parry, okay? Then he's going to leg kick. When he leg kicks, goes ahead, I'm going to step that right leg back, is the first thing. Then I'm going to step that left leg back, all right? I'm going to keep the heel up, pounce off of it, step slide back into place. One more time. So he jabs, he low kicks. 1, 2. Okay, watch from here. Back, go through this. Okay? And that's one of the evasive ones, we call it Ritter. So we're gonna work on that. It's gonna be a back and forth drill. Each person, 5 and 5, and then we'll move on.
So now, good work. If you need any type of cool down videos or stretching videos, I highly suggest that you choose one that we built for you, so you can make sure you keep your body in a really healthy place, okay, in a good condition for our next lesson. So, God loves you, God bless you. Okay, we'll see you the next time.